According to the ASPCA, approximately 6.5 million companion animals enter U.S. shelters nationwide every year. 3.5 million are dogs, while 3.2 million are cats. Animal shelters need help from their local communities in every community.
Hi, I'm Alex Minto. I'm a senior at University of Tampa, and I'm the founder of Paws for a Cause, an organization here that helps rescue animals in the Tampa community. It's important to support local animal shelters because they do a lot of different things for the animal community in the town that you live in. Here in Tampa, they do a lot of different programs. So there's a spay and neuter program where they'll go out and trap feral cats and they'll spay and neuter them at the shelters, and then they'll put them back out on the streets, and this prevents from cats breeding more and more, and a lot of these stray and feral cats don't often survive. So that's one thing they do to control the population, which is really important. These shelters also take in stray animals, whether that's an animal that's abandoned because a family doesn't want them or because it's lost.
The monthly shelter reporting for the Tampa Bay community in Hillsborough County shows how many animals are intaked into shelters each month. In September 2018, 630 dogs were taken in, while 1,023 cats were taken in. This is important to note because that is a lot of animals for just one community alone. The data also shows how many animals were adopted, reclaimed by owners, or who died, as well as other things.
So they also help reunite animals with families that have microchips, which is really important to have your animal microchipped, but also sometimes they do see that animals that are microchipped aren't wanted anymore, so it's their job to help find homes for them. So a lot of those animals that are microchipped, and if their family didn't want them, without those shelters they would not be finding new homes. A lot of shelters in the area also, if they do find stray animals that are in pain or suffering, they will also humanely euthanize them as well, which is important because no one wants a creature living and suffering as well.
PetSafe.net points out that animal shelters can help ensure that animals in each community are healthy and that diseases aren't spread.
They also do, a lot of shelters in the area also do free shot clinics and different things. Like they reach out to the community as much as they can. They do free dog food for certain people that can't afford it. So not only are they helping the animals directly, but they're also helping families keep their animals that wouldn't necessarily be able to afford it. Also, the Humane Society of Tampa Bay has that office that has lower prices for people that necessarily can't afford a regular vet office, which is good as well. It's important to volunteer because a lot of shelters are nonprofits, which means they obviously don't make profit, which is hard for them to pay employees so much, whether that would be cleaning out kennels or just like being a companion for the animals. They also can help with outreach events as well. A lot of volunteers usually help a shelter run. There are some shelters that literally are just volunteers only, and then there are some shelters that are fortunate enough to be able to pay employees. So it really depends where you're working with, but it's also really rewarding to be a volunteer as well. Not only because of the people you meet, because I always say everyone that works with rescue animals is so nice. They don't have a mean bone in your body, and everyone's working towards a greater purpose, but it's also rewarding because you get to see the animals grow. Some animals come in shelter and they're almost not adoptable out because they're either so scared or so nasty, and but it's because they're scared most of the times. But it's rewarding because you can see those animals grow and then be able to get adopted and placed in a home, which is like pretty cool to see. And it's obviously rewarding because like you get to make those friendships with the animals and with people. And obviously nothing's better than being cuddled by a dog, so.
The Humane Society of Tampa Bay's website shows that last year, volunteers donated 92,000 hours of their time. That is equivalent to the Humane Society having 45 employees, paid employees, who work full-time. You can go online or visit local shelters near you to see how you can volunteer or help the shelter. Or, like the organization Pause for a Cause on University of Tampa's campus, you can find a volunteer group to join and help out with.